Hi guys, welcome to Signal Path. Today we are talking about the Phantom Limb from Discomfort Designs. The Phantom Limb is a looping, delay, ambience, sort of like pseudo-granular kind of box and toolkit that has a couple of things that are familiar and a couple of things that I really think are just kind of brilliant additions to a common formula. This is going to be sort of, I think, tilted heavily toward the ambient and kind of looping folks in the crowd. But it does a couple of things that normally I would need to combine multiple pedals into a chain to really accomplish. And the main one being dedicated space and thought for filtering. One thing I love to do when I'm looping is have kind of a dedicated low pass filter to take whatever the contents of my loop are and make them more and less apparent in an arrangement. And this kind of has that built directly into the unit. It allows you to kind of choose the variable sort of kind of state of the filter. If you want bandpass to really highlight and kind of peak out specific notes or areas of your loop. If you want kind of high pass to drop out the bottom, or really I think where we'll spend the most of our time is low pass, which just kind of allows you to carve out a little bit of that high energy and reserve that for a later point. But I think it's really a feature that is neat and useful and really cool. And then on top of the looping, it's got a great sounding kind of warm and lush delay that just pairs really well with the looping character and sound of this unit. So something I'm excited to dive into and show a little bit about how I use this in the context of kind of bigger looping ideas and workflow approaches. But if you're somebody who enjoys looping and ambient music in general, this is something that is definitely worth checking out. So we'll dive into the sounds. But before we dive into the sounds, if you enjoy this kind of content, it would mean a ton to me if you would like this video to let YouTube know to recommend this kind of content in the future and subscribe to follow along with the channel. But without too much further ado, let's jump into it. All right, let's listen to the Phantom Limb. I'm playing the Sur Alt-T Pro into the Bondi Effects Squish As and Greer Light Speed. Sounds like this. Let's listen to the Phantom Limb. Right now we're listening to the delay side in the modulated mode. As you'd expect, mix, time, and region all tie to the delay, as well as the filter, which kind of controls things globally. Modulated mode kind of has this like broken tape, kind of random warble feel to it. You bump up the repeats, bring down the time. Really nice kind of subtle trail. Then we also have the filter to work with. We can make things pretty kind of choked and low passed. Or it just feels like the delay kind of floats below our signal. This setting feels really nice with kind of a big reverb, so let's kick something on. really, really nice. In addition to low pass, we have band pass and high pass, which are really cool for turning the repeats way up and kind of messing with that manually. Kind of becomes kind of a cool performance tool, and the region never really gets away from you. I think we're going to leave it in low pass for kind of the majority of the time. We're on modulated mode, but this has two other delay modes, clean and pitch. Clean, as you might expect. Quite clean, though with the filter, it feels like it captures a lot of the things I like about kind of analog and analog voiced delays. It even does kind of like, you know, slap back and bring it just down just a touch more. Kind of get smaller room reverbs and the like. And then finally we have the pitch mode. Pitch mode kind of starts to fade as it kind of regenerates upward. Kind of creates these really, really pretty upward cascades. A little bit of low pass, you can kind of get a bit finer control over it. And with some reverb. This is really, really nice with the filter. Really a ton of fun. Let's talk about the loop side now. On the right side, we have our loop controls for loop length and chance to trigger, as well as a kind of a clock speed for 1 times, 2 times, and 4 times. And we can lock the buffer, but basically the way this functions, we turn this on, start playing. The reverb. That doesn't really affect much. And as soon as we bring in the chance, starts to kind of bring in grains of kind of our past playing. Bring that chance up. As soon as I hear something I like, you can hold loop to freeze that buffer. And then I can hold the delay button to clear that buffer. Let's do that again. So now I have something that I can kind of manipulate and work with. I can layer in the delay. We can kind of start to mess with the filter. This kind of becomes the foundation for like the ambient and kind of sound manipulation engine that's within the Phantom Limb. So let's kick on a modulated delay. Now I have global filtering control, so I can control the delay and the loop together. Closes right up. And so what I can start doing, right, I still have, you know, the delay is obviously still running very dark, but I can kick on a reverb. And I can start playing kind of something subtle and then use the filter to swell what's in the Phantom Limb. Move the delay over to clean. It becomes a really, really effective kind of ambient performance tool, but what's even cooler is now that we have our loop locked, we can start to manipulate things where the length will change the length of that locked loop. We can use chance to basically kind of scrub through the length of the loop to find what we're looking for. Now we can focus on a different group of notes. Find like kind of the blurry edge of pairings of notes or chords and kind of create these really interesting textures. Switching to 2 times drops the pitch by an octave. It allows you to kind of search around and kind of meaningfully find these really, really neat notes, pockets of notes and kind of sounds. And we could manipulate this however we want. We could add, modulation right now. A little bit of phaser from the Mobius, a reverb from the Big Sky. Just kind of becomes this really cool home base for just sound manipulation and kind of manipulating grains of sound in really, really cool ways and fun and kind of creative and rewarding ways. I love specifically sort of the loop lock functionality in here. Then all the way down, you start to get that kind of nice digital clock breakup and kind of weirdness at the bottom of the range. But if we bring it back to ×1, and together with the pitch shifted delay, you can kind of see it's pretty magical with all these pieces working together. The filter, the loop, kind of lock and search, the delay modes. There's some really phenomenal ambient spaces that the Phantom Limb does in ways I've never seen done before. I've been having kind of a ton of fun exploring what's possible. And yeah, if you like this kind of hands-on pedalboard looping ambient functionality, I think this is a really, really neat one to check out. It's something that fills a lot of different roles and does it very, very well. Yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.